It's obviously an honor that people even consider me a jumper, because other people consider jumpers to be completely extinct and wiped off the earth, and they're probably just not familiar with my work, you know. But I can't help being up at night and getting a little offended and a little self-conscious, and you know, it's not easy, but it's definitely great to know that people still consider the jumpers a group of people. And God, you know, it's also got a downside. It's a little bittersweet, because to know that all of my brothers and my fellow jumpers are gone, it's a little scary. Brother, I'll have to jump the clouds to see you.
What are your opinions on Steven being a jumper?
Steven being a jumper? I don't know, he's talked to me about it, how he feels like he's being peer pressured into it.
I think it's really sexy.
Steven is a great jumper. He's a great guy, and when you see him jump, it's like a gazelle. The kid is defying gravity.
I remember the first time I found out Steven was a jumper. See, me and Steven have known each other since about, probably about 2 weeks out of the ovaries, you know. We've been pretty close. We've been like this since I found out that we have the same father. Actually, Wilt Chamberlain, where Steven gets all his jumping ability, where I get good looks. I got the better half of the deal, I think. But yeah, I've always known Steven was going to accomplish great things with his jumping.
Well, Steven and I met a long time ago as kids. It was over a stick in the middle of the road. He thought it was his, I thought it was mine. But then Steven just jumped across the road. I thought that was pretty cool.
Let's touch base with your ritual that you did before that, and then what you did out in the yard. Oh right, I guess I didn't know the cameras were rolling.
Huck Finn martial arts.
Yeah, that's a little thing my coach. Yeah, so he's a good guy. He taught me and created Huck Finn martial arts, and nothing has been able to give me the ability to transcend, you know, what's reality the way that Huck Finn martial arts does, and I enter a whole new mental state, an entire different world. It's amazing. And another ritual, this is a nasal decongestant. I have a cold. And another thing that I like to do, I have mittens that I like to jump with, and those mittens kind of give me the strength in my hands to know, right, here they are, they're black, and I'm white, and together we make a beautiful jump. And another thing that these mittens do, they give my hand the strength to let me know that jumping is not just in your legs. You jump with your heart, your mind, and your soul, and your hands.
So, when you guys found out that Steven was the only jumper, what were your thoughts about him being the last of the jumpers?
It's sad. When you say it's sad, I mean, Steven's going to be graduating, and who's going to represent the jumpers at JSHS after this?
Instead of being last of the Mohicans, it should be last of the jumpers.
What's sad is that he's the last of the jumpers, and he can't really, there's nobody to connect with him on that particular situation. So I feel for him in that regard.
when somebody first told me Steven was a jumper, I was a little afraid because I thought it was a contagious disease. I thought he was terminal or something, but apparently he just jumps over things. I really appreciate him for that. It gives hope to children, everybody, terminal diseases.
I think I have it. Okay, so we're sitting in the room waiting to get on the to see the three judges. American Idol 2005. It was huge, and we didn't make it. But anyway, so we're sitting there, and Steven gets the crazy idea that when we get into the room, he's gonna jump over all three judges. And I don't know if they released the footage for that, but I remember it so vividly in my mind. What happened was we were sitting there, and they usher us into the room, and the only way they would take a duo is if we disguised ourselves as Siamese twins. So we both had this belt wrapped around our waist, and our legs are connected, and we're wearing this big pair of pants. And they usher us into the room, and Steven says, "Okay, I'm doing it." And I know that since I'm tied to him, I gotta go with it too. We get the running start at it. Steven takes the jump, and me, I did not end up with the legs, like I've said. We jumped. We made it over Simon Cowell. We made it over Paul Abdul, but the black guy, I don't remember what his name was, but we nailed him. We drilled him, and security ushered us out. We didn't make American Idol that year, but you know, there's always next year.
Steven was a little boy when he first jumped. When he first jumped an obstacle that shouldn't be able to be jumped. It was a tree, actually. I was a little worried because, you know, little boys aren't able to jump trees, but Steven did. And, you know, at first I was a little, being that he had jumped a tree, you know, I was a little scared, confused. Being a little kid, you know, that kind of thing is new to me. So, you know, I kind of just decided that from that point on, I was gonna be a little weary around Steven because, you know, he had this extraordinary ability to jump. So, you know, I told my mom about Steven's condition. You know, she told me that it's all right, and that's just something that, you know, that's something that Steven should be proud of, and that I should be proud of, being Steven's friend. So after my mom explained that to me, that it's really no problem to be that good at jumping, you know, I embrace Steven with all of my heart, and his jumping abilities.
Hopefully we'll be getting your jump tomorrow, and everything will be going fine with the Empire State Building. And we wish you all the luck, Steven. And
Thanks. I hope there's a big crowd. You know, I hear I'm gonna have a lot of supporters, and that's almost as much support as my shoes and my heart and my mind and my soul and the sun and everything. Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
We'll try and give you as much support and fan base as we can. So thanks, and
I'm gonna need it. Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta work your magic.
What am I doing?
Well,
Run the wall.
Yeah, run it.
Run the wall. Run the wall. Yeah. Can I strip down to my underwear?
Yeah, no.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was
Wait,
good.
we got one.
No, he's got form. He's got style. Oh, he's got two.
Almost two.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Dude, you're magic.
I'm giving
got
it to him.
You're magic.
Nice work.
Dude, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Have a good one.
Good.
Steven, are you gonna do it again?
Did get two. Well, almost two.
Pretty much. You guys just witnessed an old friend of mine, old jumper. We went to camp together a few years back in the summer. We used to have a little summer camp for top jumpers around the nation. And he's one of the guys that really helped me develop my technique. And you didn't get to see some of his best stuff, you know, because old age is starting to kick in. And on jumpers, careers really kind of die out around, well, 18 or 19. It's heartbreaking, but it's heartbreakingly beautiful. I love you, William.
always, found a great sense of accomplishment after I've jumped over something, and by not jumping over it, failing, that's almost an even greater feeling, because then you have that drive to know that you need to do something.
You're basically the most